what did you make of Stuart Skinner in the playoffs here, especially this round?
Yeah, like he's their goalie of the future. Like, I mean, come on, people. You watch the regular season. You're not that. We don't need recency bias to be that intense. He's going to be their guy. Next year, he's going to start 50 to 55 games for this team. But the bottom line is he wasn't good enough. He was 890. If he was 900, if he was 905, the Edmonton Oilers are still playing hockey right now. The season's still alive. And I'm not one of those people that's always so like tiptoey around players' feelings or like, oh, he's a good guy, so I want to cut him some slack. Stuart Skinner is right near the top, if not at the top, for reasons this team is not playing hockey anymore. The reason why their season's over, he was average. If he was good, they're still rolling. And, you know, he should have stopped that first one. I thought that one right there is like, hey, you have that. And listen, you can go through how many goals. He gave up 34 goals in 11 playoff games this season. You know what? I don't think any of them were terrible. I don't think he gave up one where you're like, good Lord, what is he doing on that goal? But you need him to stop some more. How many 10 bell saves did he have? Maybe 4 or 5, 7 over the course of the entire 11-game playoff run here? They needed him to give some A-plus periods, and they didn't get a single one out of him. Even in the game they win 5-1, it's like, okay, he played good. He stopped 25 of 26, but he was never good, and that's a big problem. But I'll add, he's not alone in that. This isn't me sitting there being like, oh, Stuart Skinner is the only guy who didn't show up. Brian Nugent-Hopkins, hello, second playoff run in a row where for 90% of the games, Nugent-Hopkins is invisible. Evander Kane, we got to have a Evander Kane conversation at some point in the next 2 weeks, and it's an ugly one because that dude got paid, didn't give a shit for the last 2 weeks. He was a goal a game last year, Connor, in the playoffs. How do you go from a goal a game to a non-factor? Complacency. Zach Hyman, it better come out that dude's arms were broken because he was a non-event. Cody Ceci might have been their worst defenseman, and that's saying something because Vinny Beauharnais exists. Just too many guys that were just passengers, man. And it's frustrating when a team in the West is so wide open. I know I'm ranting. I'm not even answering your questions anymore. I'm just openly venting to the 300 and some people watching this show.
Good content.
Man, like, the West, the Seattle goddamn Kraken are a game away from being in the Western Conference Final, and the Oilers choked it away. God, I don't get it, man. I don't get it.
I don't either. It doesn't make sense at all. And I think, you know, Stuart Skinner is in the NHL. He is subject to criticism. I know you can't put all the blame on him, but, you know, the team as a whole, like even Leon Draisaitl, I thought on that second goal, like, what are you doing? You're letting Marchessault just coast past through the defense. Everyone's like, oh, what's Darnell Nurse doing? I'm like, Darnell Nurse is covering his man. He almost cleared the rebound. And then the third goal, like, I thought that was a bit of luck, but you have to create puck luck. And the Vegas Golden Knights did a great job doing that. Sure, Skinner, I saw somebody on Twitter was like, oh, Skinner could have done better on the third goal. I'm like, what? So I don't know. It was just a team loss.
I saw people bring that up as well. Like, you know, the Oilers aren't getting any puck luck. Well, there was 4 Oilers down low, and there was 2 Vegas Golden Knights. And the Golden Knights came away with the puck and created that opportunity. So, honestly, there's time to I feel like we haven't seen it since last year where they looked so lost in their own end and looked tired, looked lazy, not marking up simple things like that. And the Vegas Golden Knights certainly exposed them on that one.
I think what sucks is that it feels like they brought their worst hockey when it mattered most.
Yeah. I mean, this is a team that you're right. They walked into the playoffs on a 9-game heater. They were going toe-to-toe with the Bruins those 2 times. Like, they looked borderline unstoppable. And it's not like Seattle or it's not like Vegas or LA pushed them that hard. The Oilers just blew their foot off. They had every ability to win this hockey game tonight. All you had to do was not absolutely piss your pants for the last 2 second periods. If you bring your sea level in the 2 second, we're not even talking about the full 60 minutes anymore, Connor. If for the last 2 games, the Oilers bring their sea level in the second period, they've won the series. It's over. I'm not even here with you. I'm drinking at Greta still. But they fall apart. It's insane, man. It's just so infuriating to have to sink your teeth into that performance from tonight.